Hello onshape users. This video is about grades for both my advanced CAD students and my intro students. I wanted to wait a little bit because people tend to get a little hasty and tell everyone what to do before they realize what's possible. I didn't want to fall into that category entirely. So onshape, I've tested out. I'm currently sitting on a Chromebook working this software, and you definitely have to have a mouse. So don't even bother until you have one in your possession. And from there, life gets very easy for us. It's pretty much a pick and choose kind of a scenario. I'm going to let everybody work in a comfortable way with projects that they want to work on. You can go into my classrooms and take a look and see what you'd like to try. As long as you're putting some energy into this, everybody's going to do just fine. The goal right now is to make sure you understand you're going to stick within one document. You'll see some other people have already shared files with me because that gives me access to download in 3D print or to help out and guide people. So what's going to happen is everybody's going to share a document with me, and you're going to work within that single document like so. You can just open the document, share it with me. I'm going to use my school email address, debonk@barnegatschools.com. You'll see down here I have an example of how I want you to timestamp yourself to communicate with me what's gone on when. All you've got to do, right click and rename Part Studios as you already should be with appropriate specific titles instead of like Part Studio 1 here. And then add the date of times you spent working on a project. If it's a multiple day type of situation and it's a bigger project that you choose to work out, you just add the dates in sequence so I can see how and when you went about getting involved. And as long as I can see evidence of your activity, everything is going to be awesome. This is actually a fantastic situation for us because, contrary to Google servers, which are really hurting right now, the Onshape system is pretty much as it should be. And so, one little point I want to make is if you're inserting an image, you might run into a problem with the screen size if you're working off of a Chrome station. So I want to demo that real quick and then I'll be done. If you were to add a sketch to the top plane as we draw over the top of images, you may run into a problem where you don't see the import button down here because the screen resolution might be a little bit large. And so the solution here is pretty simple. You're going to go into the settings on your computer. Here, device, display, and drag the slider down to make the resolution size smaller. That'll fit more in your screen and compact everything down to the point where you should then be able to see this if you don't. So you just have to keep that in mind. And if you forget or need help with anything, all you got to do is email me and I'll be on board. And with all of these files shared with me, I will have access to support anything that you need help with. It should work out wonderfully. I'm amped. This class is definitely going to be an easier time than probably everything else, as long as you stick with it. The one other bit of information I wanted to send out to you, you're going to see this video and this classroom added to both my intro to design technology and advanced CAD classes. Anything that you see as far as data collection, these forms will run through the Google systems and become a spreadsheet that I can look at and evaluate your current attendance or feedback when I need to work with you over certain information. And keep an eye out for that. That's going to be a super useful way for me to gather data from everyone in a really straightforward way. It worked out really well when I did my initial data collection survey. I've got a great percentage of responses back, and that's going to give me the ability to mark people present. So as far as getting credit for your time spent, there's these two scenarios with forms and sharing files that are going to make this super straightforward for everyone. If that's a confusing explanation, I can understand and, just ask questions, keep on board of email with all of your staff. And that way we all have some documentation that we can utilize to help keep you, participating on paper and in reality and hopefully growing. I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks for stopping in.